Hey, this is Joel, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about this electric scooter. So stick with me as we go through all the features, take it for a ride test, and I'll tell you what I really think. Before we get deep into what I think about this scooter or the specs, let's hop out and take a look at what it looks like and how it functions out there on the road. So for this test, I got help from my more athletic and agile son, who is experienced on scooters like these, to ride us around. This is a 350 watt powered electric scooter. It's got a 10 amp hour battery in it, and it has a range of up to 19 miles. This scooter is from a company called MEGAWHEELS. Not long ago, they reached out and said, hey, we've got this new scooter coming out. Would you want to take a look at it? I said, sure, because last winter, my family and I spent about a month and a half, almost 2 months at a very large RV park in Florida called Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. And there were miles of roads everywhere. So most of the time we were walking up to a half mile to some of these places. If we wanted to do laundry, we got in a car and went over to check our laundry, and we thought, wouldn't it be convenient to have one or two of these electric scooters around to help us get from point A to point B quickly and easily without having to start up a car? So I thought it'd be great to take a look at something like this. And the reason I think it's great for travel is because you can quickly and easily fold it in half. This handle comes all the way down, kind of like a foldable e-bike, and there's a hook right back here on the back side that you can hook it into and then simply pick it up. You can put this in the trunk of a car, in the compartment of an RV, and it goes with you quickly and easily. Now, it's not the lightest thing in the world. It is a little heavy. My first critique of this scooter is it doesn't set in an incredibly intuitive or comfortable way when you're laying it down. So obviously, you've got this little kickstand. It sets here nicely, right? Well, as soon as you try to lay it down in the back of a truck, maybe the trunk of a car or an RV cargo compartment, it kind of has to lay on these handlebars, which could lead to some issues. It does set firmly like that. That's not bad, but I worry about, lots of bumps this way. Not to mention this back handle has an open design. It doesn't clip in. So all you have to do is go sideways and this handle is free. Several times when trying to pick it up, I actually had this thing just like that right there come disconnected. So I wish it was a little tighter, but I think it's workable for somebody who wants to travel with it. You just need to be a little bit more careful than maybe you thought you needed to be with something as simple as a foldable scooter. You can choose between low, medium, and high operation speeds. Now, they claim that this thing can go all the way up to 19 miles an hour, but I don't believe it because A, you wouldn't want to go 19 miles an hour on this thing. It's way too small. It's a scooter. And they say the speedometer only goes up to 15.5 miles per hour, which is odd. If it can go up to 19, why wouldn't the speedometer go up to 19? In our testing on flat ground, 11 to 13 miles an hour was about as fast as we got it going, and honestly, about as fast as we wanted to go on it. We didn't want to go any faster than that, so I would say it's sufficient speed. It's not super speedy. It's not gonna, really scare you how fast it is like some electric bikes do, but it is powerful enough to go up small inclines. You will notice that it does slow down a little. I think it's approved up to 15% grade, which is a pretty good hill if you know anything about degrees of severity and grade. But 11 to 13 miles per hour on high, slower on medium and low if you want to adjust that. It's got a really nice battery life, 10.2 amp hour battery, 19 miles of range. That's a long way. It just kind of meant for small trips, scooting around. You're going a half mile, 3/4 of a mile in one trip, then you can charge it again, and charging is pretty quick and easy. I don't know that this is an approved way to ride the scooter, but it is kind of fun to sit down here and ride it like a high handlebar chopper. No, I wouldn't actually do that, but this helps me demonstrate a couple of the safety features that I really like about this scooter. The first is it's got a brake here that you can hold on to and you won't go anywhere. I will say it's a little sensitive, so if you're riding at 10 miles an hour, don't pull on the brake or you'll go over the handlebars. Most of the time you can slow down sufficiently just by letting off of the throttle, maybe like an electric car if you're familiar with one pedal driving. The other safety feature it has is that you can't simply press down on the accelerator and zoom away. You have to physically get things started with your body, push the scooter, and once the wheels are moving, then you can use the accelerator. It just keeps it, I guess, from running away from you or shooting out from underneath you when you're getting going. So those are two really great safety features. And speaking of safety features, this bike also has a light. So when you're on, just click the power button one time and you get a light. It's really nice if you're in dusk or darker situations. I wouldn't ride this in the dark a lot, but it's better to have a light than to not have a light. One other really cool feature is that it's got a brake light, and it's not just a solid light. When you pull on the brake handle, it flashes, so it alerts people behind you, hey, this person's stopping, slow down. Taking a look at the platform and below, like I said, it does have a small kickstand here that is handy, keeps it upright whenever you're done or just sitting there in between things. I would say if you're gonna leave this out in a public place, I would find a way to chain it up so it doesn't get stolen. These are puncture resistant, not puncture proof, puncture resistant tires. They are air-filled, so you wanna make sure that they're not deflating on you, but they seem pretty solid. They're 10-inch wheels, I believe, and you have this nice grippy platform. Everything here is more like slick plastic until you get to the center of the platform here, and it's very nice and grippy. For me, I wear size 12 shoes, so I found it hard to put my feet anywhere on this. I didn't know how to hold them. My son kind of went side by side with his feet. That's the way he traditionally rides other scooters. He's only 5'4", and his feet seem to fit just fine with lots of room. So it's a generous platform, but once you get over 6 feet tall, I think you're gonna have more trouble with this. Like everything else in life, it's just not made for people that are 6'2", 6'3", and above. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, you've got a mechanical bell right here. So if you're on a sidewalk and need to let somebody know you're coming, or you're in a safety situation and someone needs to know you're there, just click your little mechanical bell, no electronics required. All right, so do you really want to know what I think about the A6 Eco from MEGAWHEELS? Well, for a scooter, I think it's pretty cool. I honestly don't have a lot of experience with scooters, but I can see the application for RVers, travelers, people that want to get around cities quick and easily. If you're going into a city and you have one car, maybe one person takes the scooter in this direction, the car goes this way and you meet up later. My family and I used to do that. Like I said before, they'd be great for getting around a campsite or an RV park that has paved or blacktop drives. I wouldn't trust it on gravel. In fact, we didn't even test it on gravel and grass because it just doesn't seem to be suited for that kind of thing. But if you need a quick and easy way to get from point A to point B, something like this is transportable, can go quite a ways without any maintenance or any worry. So for the price that it sells for, I think it's a really interesting buy, something that could really bring some convenience into your life as you travel and everyday life if you're looking for a way to commute that's a little bit easier. So take that for what it's worth. I think it's built pretty well. I think it functions nicely. It's not the most powerful scooter in the world, but I think that's a good thing because it makes it a little safer to operate. I think it's a pretty interesting vehicle. Check it out for yourself. You might really like this one.